You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. Can you imagine the number of wineries that are up in Hammondsport and the whole area of this part of New York State? I think not millions, but many, many, many. But one of the most interesting and one of the most successful is Bully Hill. And this fellow is Stephen Taylor, who is the son of the owner of Bully Hill, and I suspect he's an owner himself because he's involved in the museum, in the tasting room, and in all of the new things that you've done. You've rebuilt so much here. And his mother is one of my favorite people. I hug and kiss her every time I come to the restaurant, which is one of the best in the area. And please feel free to be my deputy and hug and kiss her too when you see her.
I'm sure she would love that.
Don't warn her. Now take it. He's going to tell you all the new things are here, when you're open, why people should come here, and what's new.
Sure.
And we're in a bunch of wonderful rocking chairs in the tasting room.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here, and if you get seasick, it's too bad. Go ahead.
Well, we are the largest family-run winery in New York State. Make close to 40 different kinds of wines now. 40, all ranging from dry to sweet. This year we introduced a off-dry red blend, it's Old Mischief, and we also have our dry rosé. So, we introduced those in the beginning of the year, and they should be available pretty much in every independent store in New York State.
You sell countrywide, though, don't you? You really sell worldwide.
We don't sell worldwide. We're still, we're still a small business, but we ship to about 30 states. Mm-hmm. And it's also, we do distribution. And I would say east of the Mississippi, we've got pretty much most of the states covered, outside of some states you just can't get into. So.
You and your mother too, and your other brother must be very proud of what you put together. I mean, you started with nothing here and really built up an empire.
Well, it's
a friendly empire.
A benevolent empire,
benevolent
right?
empire,
yeah.
Right.
Well, no, it's there's a lot of expectations. Ever since you were young, I've been raised to just kind of work and work and work, and I think that work ethic, comes from mom. Just she moved from Eastern Europe. She came from nothing, and so when the winery, when she helped take it over in the early 90s, I mean, I think that was kind of like, that was just the next step. She said, look, I have to keep working. I have to keep working. And it was an easy transition for her, but I think it was very hard to take care of us and, take care of dad at the same time. So, it's us just kind of living up to those expectations, seeing that every day and saying, you know what, that's the bottom, that's the baseline. What can I do to kind of, to go over that? Mm-hmm. So, as I'm 30, she had me when she was 35. So I'm almost reaching that age now where both myself and my brother are kind of expected, to step up to the plate.
And your wife too.
Yes. I've just recently married a lovely woman who I met in DC, and she's going to law school, and she wants to be able to work in the community. And so that was one of the things that we want to do when we came home, was say, look, if you can go and move to the city and everyone wants to be someone, but why not take care of where you're from, make it a better place? And that was a decision that we both made.
What have you done to expand the museum, to expand the restaurant, and to expand the product?
The museum, this is the first year we just renovated it. One thing that that was increasingly becoming an issue is when you look up there, it looks like a barn, right? So the issue was, well, how are we going to store this artwork? One of the best, qualities of Bully Hills, Dad was such a prolific artist. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of the places we were storing it weren't exactly in like pristine conditions, because no one thought, that they were going to be so famous as they are today. So we wanted to make sure they were in a temperature controlled zone, something that felt like it was going to be, that was going to last a lifetime. So that's one aspect that we really need to maintain is that. In terms of the restaurant, I mean, we just, as you know, the deck obviously has been like such a huge pull for us, but every year we're putting on new things on the menu. The one thing that we introduced recently was the sauces. So I don't know if you've ever, I believe you have your special dish there, but it's, we do a Korean barbecue sauce now. So, and that was one thing that Jen wanted, you know, she was very passionate about.
Are you going to stay awake or open? Awake? Are you going to stay open during the winter?
We usually stay through, at least through November. And then, you know, based on kind of like what businesses, I always say that's the hardest business is a seasonal business because, you know, once you kind of gauge things down, you don't know when business kind of goes until. So, but I would say yes, at least through November. So, and then we'll gear right back up in April. So.
And then the tasting room too?
Tasting room is always open. I mean, the only days we close are Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So, because no one wants to drink on New Year's Day.
He was telling me before we started this, I said, all I'm going to do is introduce you and then you talk for 8 minutes. And he said, you're not going to do that, aren't you going to? I thought we were going to have a conversation. And I said, fine, but I haven't been able to get a word in edgewise.
Oh, please.
You're talking all the time and doing all these wonderful descriptions and whetting everybody's appetite.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, as I always say, that deck was built by Portobello crab cakes. That's the only dish I can think of that was built by one dish alone.
And all of the labels on the bottles were designed by your father or by others?
The vast majority, a couple of them actually were done by Mom. And then we had a couple. Yes, I know. And then a couple independent artists as well. But for the most part, I would say the vast majority are going to be Dad's. And we're always looking, you know, when you look around this room, right, you see a whole bunch of artwork that you don't see on wine labels. So we're looking at kind of reintroducing them.
Where do you get the names from? I mean, you have names that are out of storybooks.
Well, it's helpful, you know, when the name of the grape happens to be creative as is. I mean, Riesling sells itself. But
what are some of the names that are the most popular?
Well, Love My Goat, Sweetwater Red. I mean, Sweetwater Red is quickly becoming our bestseller, and it's just, it rolls right off the tongue. But love My Goat, you know, that is the patient zero essentially of the Bully Hill mythos. That's where you know, that was our big, you know, our thumb in the nose, our thumb in the nose of the Taylor Wine Company.
Yeah.
That was the goat when they put Taylor on the side of it.
Now there's no more Taylor.
And well, I mean, you know, if you go to liquor stores, you still see ports and sherries. They're still owned by Constellation, but you know, there are no Taylors that work at Taylor. So.
Well, you have done a terrific job, and I congratulate you very much. When you come here, look him up. He's around here someplace because he's running the museum, the tasting room, and involved in the restaurant. He's here all the time. He's got a beautiful wife to make him come back.
Yes. Well, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. bullyhill.com is our website. 607-868-3610 is our number. And you know, as I always say, the easiest way to reach us, just come visit us. So.
I didn't even have to say a thing. he did it all for me. Very good. You rehearsed this.
I didn't. No.
You didn't? No.
Well, you know, when you come, I have to step up my game. You know, I know. There are high expectations when you come into town.
Oh, brother, come by. We're in the tasting room. There's nobody here now because we threw them out, but normally it's marked. So be sure to call up. Phone number again?
607-868-3610.
And that's the restaurant too?
That covers the whole campus.
Call for a reservation. The food is delicious. I'm going in to eat now. I'm going to say goodbye. Well, no, I am.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No, I'll join you.
Okay. See you around. He's going to pick up the tab.
Just this way.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn So put your hands up, we on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance, come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile, now let's get up and dance. Come on everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gon' make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. This is the place. We break it out, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
If you're in Corning, there's a place that you ought to visit, a hair salon called Primp. It is magnificent, new, fixed up, and this is the fellow that owns it and is the chief hairdresser. And your last name is pronounced how?
Tanneberger.
Tannenberger.
That's right.
And your first name?
Matthew.
And you put all this together.
I did, yes.
And this is a big investment because you were in business with other people before you started your own.
Yeah, I've traveled around a lot. I worked in New York City for a while and in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then I moved back. My family's all originally from here. So I came back to be closer to them and to, just to be able to open my own place.
And then, but between the time you started and now, you've become the place in Corning.
Really? Well, thank you.
You're asking me, I'm telling you this. This is what I hear.
Well, really? Wonderful. That's great to hear. Thank you.
Well, I just heard it from one of your clients that was you were fixing her hair. And
she's a little biased, but yeah.
Well, many of your clients are a little biased.
Yes, exactly.
That's why they keep coming back again.
That's right. That's right.
And you do men's hair cutting too?
I do both. And yeah, I have a large male clientele. It's pretty much 50-50. I have
really?
Yeah, and I with a lot of further education and barbering skills and men's hair cutting and styling, it keeps them coming back. So
you think there's hope for me? Could you dye my hair another color?
We could. Yeah, we would like the
would
new.
You think I'd look younger?
New pink or green or?
Well, I don't want to go that far.
Hey, I would just keep it the way it is.
Would you really?
I think it's beautiful.
I saved a fortune. Now tell me, you are not expensive. People say you are not expensive. I assume you're going to say, of course not.
Well, I think it's all relative. With where I've worked, the stylists I've worked with over the years, the education that I continue to acquire. I think it's all relative. My prices are a little higher, but I think you get a wonderful full service when you come.
It's a very personal service. Yeah, you know all your clients well, and you know what they like.
I do. Almost sometimes too well. As they say, hairstylists are like therapists as well.
Like barbers.
So,
you can talk to your barber about anything.
Anything at all,
and
they do.
Your barber has more good gossip than anything.
That's right. They know. If you need to know anything, go to the local salon.
Now, if people want to make a reservation, they should call. What's the phone number, and are you on the web?
We are. We have a website. It's salonprimp.com. And then our phone number is 607-973-2122.
And you're on Market Street in Bath?
Market Street in Corning.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking
it's okay. Yeah, no, that's right.
No, this is the last interview of the day, and I'm thinking of going home to Bath. Sorry about that. That's where I live.
Well, yeah. If you have the money, I'll travel to you. Yeah, that's what I always say. You got the money, I got the time, right?
Now, you one question which might be embarrassing. You have a lot of clientele and probably the most posh group of people in Corning in the area. You must have some unbelievably funny and interesting stories about them that you can talk about without naming names.
Oh, yeah. I know there's almost like a HIPAA law, with hairstylists with that. You hear it all. I mean, it's one that I can't think of one off the top of my head. But yeah, you hang out here for a few hours and you'll get an earful.
It's like that television series.
Oh yeah,
the movie they made.
Yeah, and there's reality shows with hair salons and all the drama that goes on within stylists. There's only just a few of us here, so we keep it low drama. We all get along, and
where did you get the money to do all of this at such a young age?
Well, I saved up and did it. You know, I started doing things on a dime, kind of. I love kind of DIY and interior design myself, so I really.
What does DIY mean?
I like do it yourself.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm old-fashioned. I don't get all these new things.
Yeah. It's so my father and I built the old salon. We did that back in 2008. And then we just moved to this new location at 39 East Market Street inside Pure Design, which I saw you interviewing earlier. And we moved back here in May. Mm-hmm. So it's been a wonderful location. We love being next to Pure Design, and
You're right in the heart of everything.
Absolutely, right next to Tommy Hilfiger. It's really,
right
we have a wonderful tourist. You see them really. It's been great this summer.
Did you decorate everything in here?
I did all the interior design here myself, and yeah, we actually are just having it painted as we speak, and so it's been nice to be finally putting all the finishing touches on it.
It must be such a thrill to have it as your own. It's all your own.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So what you're building is really something that you can hold very dear to your heart.
It's my home, yeah, and I love having clients in my home every day, and it's really. I try. If you go to my house, it has kind of the same aesthetic as I do here. So I try to bring in Corning. Yep, I live here in Corning, and it definitely reflects the kind of the same feel.
What do you do for a hobby? What do you do for fun besides?
Wow, I love to travel.
You leave here every once in a while.
I do. I have to get away. Yeah, definitely. I love spending time up at the lake. My parents have a lake house on Keuka. So I get up and I hang out with them a lot.
It's such a nice lake. It's never too crowded.
Wonderful time, and it's great. You know, being with them, we have a great time together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love to work around my house and do landscaping. I'm always working on something. I always have a project.
You look like you're so happy.
Well, thank you.
Isn't there anything that bothers you?
Sometimes
when you're working the blower and everything, it doesn't turn out right, and you get annoyed.
It's usually it's with a little hairspray. You know, you can fix anything. But no, usually it's funny that you say that. A lot of people ask me that. Like, are you always this happy? And I pretty much I am.
You're always smiling.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I remember. How many years ago did we first meet?
Oh, we met. It was probably 18 years ago.
18
maybe?
years ago.
I don't want to tell you. Don't say my age, but yeah.
18 years ago.
Yeah, and I was just about to go to hair school.
Really?
So when we first met, and the rest is history. You know.
Is this fly that's flying around?
Yeah, no, I want to whack him.
No, don't, because he belongs here. Does he stay around? Do you notice him often?
He does. I tried spraying him with hairspray earlier to glue his wings down.
You sprayed him with hairspray.
Yeah, try to. At least it smells good.
Didn't work though, huh?
No, it's better. It smells better than.
And you said the bugs like the colorization, smell of color?
They do. They love the smell of color for some reason. I don't know why.
You learn things every day.
Absolutely.
Every day. Come by. You know the phone number. Once again.
973-2122.
Call him. If you're not beautiful already, you will be very shortly.
Thank
you. If you're a guy, he does great haircuts. You may find me in the chair, so call for an appointment early, because I want to take a long time to get it right. And he's very good at this. So if you want the best, give him a ring. I will be in one of the chairs. See you here.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gonna make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. This is the place. We break it out, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
My name is Joe Veras, and I'm the Chief Meteorologist at WENY. The Twin Tiers is home for me. This is where I live, this is where my family lives, this is where we own our home, this is where my children were born. I love this community. I love the fact that everyone rallies around each other. People know each other, people have each other's backs. I don't think you would see that in some bigger cities. We know each other, we help each other out. This is a great community to live in. This is home.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
I think he's a star. He says he's a semi-star, but he sings, plays the piano. Elmira, you can hire him to perform at only the very nicest functions. His name is Jose Gomez, and he's got DVDs, CDs, and things you may want to get because he sings beautifully. And he sings in the area at whatever location they can get you to come to for a certain price.
That's correct.
Where do they call? What's the address here? What's the phone number? Are you on the web? And all the other things people should know.
The address here
The address wherever your office is, that people should contact you.
is 335 Irvine Place,
Mm-hmm.
and the phone number is 607-795-7416. And my website is www.jogomusic.com.
You have Jose Gomez is a great name. Then you shortened it for Jogo.
Right, for stage purposes, I took the first two letters of Jose, J-O, and the first two letters of Gomez and made Jogo out of that.
And you did something. You did an album, or someone very famous sang you a song.
Yes, Dionne Warwick recorded one of my songs about 15 years ago, and the same song was also recorded by a very, very popular disco artist 10 years before that. Her name is Evelyn Champagne King on RCA Records.
You see, you never know what celebrities are living right in the neighborhood, and he is one of the best entertainers around the area. If you can get him, he's booked solid.
I am booked pretty solid. I play every Saturday morning at the Main Street Cafe downtown, and she's now open late night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday till 2 in the morning. And she has live music, which is me every Saturday morning. I play at the Starlight Room. We play at Green Derby, Wisner Park. I also have a band that I'm with. The name of the
No
band-
kidding.
Yeah, it's a 4-piece classic rock band. The name is Third Soul, and we also have a duo within the band, which is myself, Jose, and Vincenzo. We'll be performing at Eldridge Park the last Saturday of the month. The whole band.
Of every month?
No,
Because this won't be on until sometime.
the last it'll be on. We'll be performing. Oh yeah, this won't be on, but
We record ahead.
yeah, we're performing.
We have to give
After
people
this
a
is
chance to tune in, see.
Sure.
And then when they hear you're going to be on, they'll all want to tune in.
Okay. Well, they can catch me every Saturday at Main Street, and that's a really great gig.
The piano sounds terrific.
Yes, it's a wonderful piano. It's from the 1927, I believe, and it's just a wonderful
Now,
piano.
where do you get these 1927 and you've got a replica, or it's a true old-fashioned dog from RCA?
That is Nipper. Yes, he is.
That's worth a lot of money.
He is the dog that stares into the gramophone.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've got the gramophone. I need the dog.
oh, okay.
We have to talk.
We do. I love talking to you. And it was wonderful because my first record song that was recorded on RCA Records. So he was on the label, which was great because that's RCA's logo.
Logo, right.
So that's a wonderful thing.
And you live in this beautiful mansion in Elmira.
This is a wonderful place to live. I love the area. And I do a lot of other, I sing in a lot of other organizations. I sing with Common Time Choral Group and the Cantata Singers. The Cantata Singers are actually going to be at Carnegie Hall in January. We've been invited to sing there. And I also substitute teach music at Elmira Heights and Horseheads, and pretty much every free moment I have, I'm writing songs. So
You're very talented. Why haven't we met before?
I don't know.
I'm not doing a good job.
I'm just grateful that we finally did meet.
Yeah. You're going to play something for us?
Sure.
Something happy?
Yeah, it's a wonderful song called All of My Life, about someone who wasn't too sure of themselves, and then they met the love of their life, and everything is wonderful.
And he can be yours for a reasonable price.
I'm reasonable. I also play for the Chamber of Commerce Showcase Spectacular every October. And I also do charity, play for Catholic Charities at their Empty Bowls function.
For charity too.
Which is the third week in October. And
what a nice guy you are.
well, I try. I try.
You've been doing this a long time.
I've been doing this a long time, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey, and music has been really good to me. The recordings of my songs that were made enabled me to get into the Grammy Awards. So I'm a voting member of the Grammys. And I'm also a member of ASCAP as well. So, and I've written music to an off-Broadway show, which was, I debuted in New York City in the late 80s. It's called Prime Time.
Right.
And that was very exciting.
Well, will you do us the honor of giving us a selection?
Sure,
We'll
it'll be
call
my
it a
honor.
selection.
It'll
Good.
be my honor to perform for you.
Now we go to the piano.
I was lost, thought I'd never find my way. Then you touched my life. At the start, I didn't even know your name. And I learned every part of your soul and your heart. And all of my life, I'll be loving you and holding you close in my heart. Night after night till the end of time, forever and always. I may not always trust myself. I've made mistakes before. I just put my faith in you, and I'm safe and strong and so secure. And all of my life I'll be loving you and holding you close in my heart. Night after night till the end of time, forever and always, forever and always, all of my
Now, wasn't that something special? To be really special, you can have him at home or at the business or wherever you want him, and his groups if you want more than one person. But one person is enough because he's got a lot of talent. So give him a call. What's the number again?
607-795-7416.
But they can go on the web too.
The website is jogomusic.com.
And now, guess what? He does lessons too. He's going to teach me to play and sing. Next time you see me, I will be a semi-star like him.
You're watching WENY HD.